and I want to welcome each of you to this celebration for Reverend Dr. Cecil L. Chip Murray. So as some of you know, this is actually his second retirement, and the reason I mention that is because his first one, he managed to take a church from 250 people, turn it into 18,000 people, which is pretty amazing. Turn it into a beacon of hope and a leader for social justice in this city and well beyond this city. 92, he literally put his life in danger in order to bring about peace in the city. He has worked tirelessly for justice and change at each of his churches, and particularly at Fame. He has continued that work through CRCC and the Murray Center, training new generations of ministers who are working for, as we say at CRCC, becoming full partners in the work of positive social change.
One of the ways that universities can be very special is if we never let the spiritual and the civic be at odds. If we find ways to bring those together, and clearly all of you, including our dean, and of course the Reverend Murray and everyone on the board, you've been fighting for that for a long time. So I'm very grateful to all of you. Reverend Murray, your work will continue because of the thousands and thousands of people you've inspired, because of the truth in the work, the goodness in the work, and its abiding message. The center is ahead of the curve. We're going to continue to look here. I think it's an amazing place. Leadership training, inspired cooperation and collaboration, just at another moment when the country has been increasingly polarized along political, cultural, and religious lines. We will continue to swim against that current.
And when I asked Chip about 10 years ago how he could love the people who tried to kill him, he told me, quote, "To love because of is fine, but you also must love in spite of." So after the skinheads failed in their attempts to shoot me, I met with them and we talked, we embraced, and we wept. In our hearts, we are all fellow human beings, and under the skin, all people are kin. You don't return hate for hate. Love is not punkish. Love has strength too, but love is willing to take the blow rather than returning the blow. Chip Murray models that kind of love for all of us, the kind of transformative love that can change the world. He gives us hope in the power of love, and he gives us strength in the power of us. And his message, under the skin, we are all kin, has been the defining principle that animates my work here on campus. And I'm reminded of that every day when I drive home to the west side and I pass the Cecil Chip Murray overpass on the 10, and I see how the overpass is connecting places in Los Angeles that were previously divided.
A memory that really stands out, however, is that once you were here at USC, I took you to Rwanda with my wife Lorna, who's here, and we met with a gathering of widows after the genocide that happened there in 1994, many of whom had lost almost all of their family, many of whom had been raped. And you spoke just for a few minutes to these women, but what you did, you took the equivalent of $5. It was a 5,000 franc note out of your pocket, and you wadded it up and you stomped on it with your foot. Then you picked it up and unraveled it, and you asked these women, "What is the worth of this bill that I have in my hand?" And of course they said, yes, it's still worth 5,000 francs. And your point was, and I think it's a point that I've heard in many of your sermons, is that we all have equal worth regardless of how we have been stomped on. And that is just a message that comes through repeatedly.
The one thing that stands out for me is and I think it stands out for a lot of pastors here in LA, which is why they continue to do the work of faith leadership, civic engagement, public policy that you taught us all how to do and do well. And that was the principle of see the people, and how you would challenge us whenever someone came in your office to see to their needs and make sure no one felt like they went unseen. And Pastor Murray has this mastered so well, even to this day, there are people that believe they are his only son or daughter. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm his daughter. Yeah, you're number 1,572. But that's how well you had that master, and it was your ability to see the needs of this city, of this state, of this nation, and by the prophetic anointing in you to do that with grace and class in a way that I've never seen before, and I believe so many have not.
You are our generation's Moses. You're our generation's Moses. And the word says that, and I've expressed that to Najuma. He said that I'm not going to do for you what I did for Moses, but I will be with you as I am with Moses, as I was with Moses. And Doc, you're going to be with us forever. I love you, Doc. I would not be the preacher. I would not be the man. I would not be the father. I would not be the husband. I would not be the community activist that I am if I had not taken that opportunity and that chance to go through the Cecil Murray Center. I love you, my brother. God be with you until we meet again.
Now, I'm not going to use the word retirement because he says he doesn't retire, he retreads. With that being said, I'm going to ask you all to please join me. And either standing, if you're standing, raise your glass, raise your hand, as we give a toast. April, you want to bring them up here, please? To Reverend Dr. Cecil L. Chip Murray. Uncle Chip, I'm going to raise my hands and say, Uncle Chip, here's to you as you retread to your new career, retirement. May you do it well. God bless you, and may God's tomorrow be just as good to you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Dear hearts, thank you. Bless you. Thank God for God. Thank God for you, God's fruit. We have come a long way. We've still got a long way to go. And for those who are in the way, we have the energy, not just to get them out of the way, but to point them to the one who says, I am the way, the truth, and the life.